Hi, this is Ramtown Mike from Topshelfoldies.org, and today I'm going to show you how to install a free IRC chat room program. And if you're having trouble with Mibit, you want to try something else, this is a good way to go. I believe this is pretty straightforward and fairly simple, and I hope you find it to be the same. First thing you do is you open up one of your browsers. I have Internet Explorer down here. Some people like Chrome. I prefer Firefox. So just open up that browser of your choice, and all you do up here on the address line is you type in MIRC.com. That's it, MIRC.com. You hit enter, and you're at the main MIRC page. Very simply, there's three green buttons here. The middle one will download it. If you want to read about it, God bless you. But to make it simple and quicker, just click on that second or middle green button. And you're at the page where they give you an option down here to download an older program. I would stick with the current program. I use it on my computers and it's just fine. So you click on that. And now we're at the download page itself. And what's going to happen here when I click on download, and that's all you need to do here, is I'm going to get some directions from them, but I'm also going to get a pop-up from my computer asking me, or actually from my browser, asking me if I want to save it or cancel. If you're using a different browser, you might get a run option here. Well, I like to save it this way. Although this is a very safe program, I've used it for a decade. If you get in the habit of saving it, your antivirus can scan it and tell you whether it's safe or not. So what I'm going to do is, even if I have the option of run, I'm going to save it. Okay, then I'm going to minimize this. I don't need that. I'm going to go to Windows Internet Explorer, Windows Explorer, excuse me. And I'm going to find my downloads folder. That's normally where they download programs, the different browsers, and sure enough, there's MIRC. If you don't find it, look for it alphabetically, or you can date created. That'll give you the latest program that you downloaded, and all you got to do here is double click on it, and you can hit run. Now you can hit run safely, and wait for it to come up. It's my computer. Actually, Windows is asking me with Windows 7 and 8, you'll get this. I believe Vista as well. It's asking me if I want to allow MIRC to make changes to my computer. In this case, again, I know it's safe, so go ahead and answer yes. All right, here is the setup wizard for MIRC. I'm going to hit next to get going. Yes, that is where you want to install it. Program files, that's not a problem. Hit next. This is the way you want to leave this. You want everything checked off here. Normally when I install other software, I go through each one and I make sure it's what I want, or if it's not, I uncheck it. In this case, all this stuff really is needed, and I would recommend you leave everything checked. And then all you do again is hit next. And this is a matter of choice here. I do want a desktop icon, so I'll leave that checked. I don't really want or need a start menu shortcut. If you do, leave it checked. You won't have any backup files if you're downloading this for the first time, so you don't have to bother with that. Uncheck it. And the one thing I recommend you do uncheck is the automatic check for updates. If you don't, the next time a new version comes out, you're going to get constant pop-ups. Do you want to, upgrade to their latest version? I don't find that necessary, so I uncheck that. So when you're all done setting this up, just hit next. And now it's showing you where it's going to install the program and what additional thing it's going to do. In my case, add a desktop shortcut. So that's all fine. And then we hit down here in the lower right, install. And sure enough, it's installed that quickly. That's how small a program it is. I don't want to read the help file. God bless you. I just want to run MIRC. So I'm going to check that off and hit finish. Here we go. And again, it's this one time it's asking me if I want to check for updates. What you do is uncheck this. and you'll never see this again. You don't need this. It will just slow you down getting into the chat room. So once you uncheck that and hit continue, you'll never see that again. Okay, now you're at the beginning of setting this up so you can connect to both the IRC network and specifically our Topshelf Oldies chat room. So you're going to type in whatever your chat name is. In my case, it's Ramtown, and then a similar one or another one you like. I'm typing in Ramtown with an E on the end. You can or cannot, put in a name. You don't have to, but I put in Mike, or sometimes I put in Ramtown Mike, whatever. That doesn't matter. I never put in my email address. I would recommend you don't. You leave this unchecked, and now you go under on the left side here. You see Connect. You go to Servers. And you're not going to see Topshelf Oldies listed there because it's not there yet, but we're going to put it there. I'm going to hit Add. And up here, I'm going to type in, MIBIT. You could type in MIRC, but we still use the MIBIT network. So that's where the second line is very important. You got to type in the IRC server address, which is irc.mibit.com. That has to be accurate, irc.mibit.com. And you leave everything else blank. And all you do is hit Add. Okay, now you hit Select because it's highlighted. If it isn't highlighted, find MIBIT or MIRC or whatever you named it and hit Select. Okay, now we are going to connect initially, but there's a little more to do here. But I wanted to show you something here. And I'm just waiting on the computer. This window you don't want, and you'll only get it one time if you uncheck these two boxes. All right, you don't need this. This is to give you a lot more options, but if you just want to get into the Topshelf Oldies chat room, you don't want or need this. So uncheck those and hit OK, and that window also is gone. All right, now we've only connected to the IRC network. We're not in Topshelf Oldies yet. I'm going to make that real simple by doing the following things. This little hammer thing up here, you click on that. And basically what you do is you go now to Options. Well, I don't like Connect on Startup, but you'll get that window again. So go to Perform over here on the right. And you want to check that off. You want to enable Perform on Connect. And what you want to type is /join space # top shelf. That's it. That's all you have to type in, I should say, and then you'll have a smooth transition into the chat room from now on. Hit OK. And then the next thing you do, you see the IRC listing over here. You're going to go to Options. I like to see more information since I work with Tim running the station a little. I want to see who's coming in and when. This will give you more details if you check short joins and parts, and Nixon join as well. I like them both. The next thing you want to do, or may not want to do, is have timestamps. All right, so you're basically going to check that, and that'll give you the timestamps on your left. And the last thing, you hit OK here, and the last thing you want to do, sometimes the type isn't big enough for us baby boomers, so I go to View, I go down to Font, and I don't care for this font. It's only a 7-point font. It's small. You can choose any font you want. It doesn't matter. I like this one here. The Trebuchet MS is probably French. I don't know what it is. And I like a 12-point font. You can make it bold, italicized, whatever you want. I leave it at that. But I do check this, use as default. I want it to always be that so it's big enough, clear enough, no problems. I hit OK. Now to lock in all those changes, you got to get out of MIRC. Oh, by the way, I forgot one thing. View. I don't like this tree over here. So I hit View and I uncheck Tree Bar. And now all I do to lock all that in is get out. Answer yes, I do want to get out. And there's my MIRC icon. I'm going to double click on that. And I'm going to hit Connect. And boom, I am in the chat room. All right. Now, what I do is I don't keep it this big. Some people like it, covering your whole screen. I do not. All right, I like it smaller than that, so you can play around with it, get it the way you want. What I typically do is, well, you want to work with the windows inside the main window, and then you want to bring this up over that and make it as big or as little as you want. And I just close it up over here, and I'm good to go. That's all I need. In fact, I usually have it even smaller. And that's it. That's all there is to it. So I'm going to X out one final time, answer yes, and go back in, and it's going to look just like it did before. That's it. That's all you got to do is you got to double click and you hit connect. And you now have MIRC. If you have any questions, you can email me at ramtownmike@charter.net. Again, that's ramtownmike@charter.net, and I'd be glad to try and help you. Hopefully this is all the help you need, though. And as I said, this is a lot more secure. You won't be getting bumped out of a chat as much, hardly at all, in fact. And if you do, it's typically your connection, not this software. So good luck. I hope it works out for you. And come on in and join us in the chat room.